Merry Christmas.
The world ended on a Tuesday. I, formerly Rex Carter, a nobody in the old world. Day 2 of the apocalypse. The air outside smelled of burning rubber and something metallic and sick. The smell of walker blood mixed with human panic. Down in the courtyard, 3 walkers, their skin gray, their movements a sickening, jerking parody of life, were finishing what remained of old Mr. Hernandez. The sound was mostly low, wet tearing, punctuated by their guttural, rasping gahs. For 48 hours, I hadn't moved much. I was a digital hermit even before the collapse, living off instant noodles and online deliveries. My existence was data streams and glowing screens. Ironically, that isolation saved me. Anyone who stepped outside on day 1 became part of the new biomass. I was scrolling through the last vestiges of cached local news, a futile, nostalgic exercise, when it hit. Not a virus, not a sound, just a pure, high-frequency ding that rattled my skull, followed by a blinding flash of cyan light that overlaid my vision.
New Genesis system, NGS, activated.
The screen was translucent, holographic, shimmering over the peeling paint of my wall. It wasn't in my brain. It felt like a perfectly calibrated HUD projected directly onto my retina.
Rex status, survivor, tier 0. Note, average human baseline is 10.
I was below baseline in everything except brute strength, where I managed average. A proper shut-ins stats. A wave of disgust washed over me. I was weak. In this new world, I was prey. But beneath the stats, a secondary tab blinked with a golden, alluring pulse.
Genetic archive, locked.
Curiosity piqued, I mentally focused on it. The window expanded, displaying a grid of shadowed silhouettes. They were all female. Even in silhouette, the outlines were distinct, athletic, curvaceous, elegant. From the starving campus queen and the desperate landlord's wife, to the elusive doctor and the lethal officer. They're no longer the city's elite. They're just S-class assets waiting to be synced.
More targets detected. System note, genetic synchronization required to unlock full profiles and attribute bonuses. Complete synchronization grants access to unique biological traits and material rewards. Build the new Genesis. Welcome package acquired. Reward, homogenization trait.
I stabbed a finger at the notification. A strange, oily warmth spread through my body, settling deep in my bone marrow. I felt no physical change, yet the relief was monumental. Survival in this new world was purely transactional, and this system had just handed me the ultimate cheat code. Walkers were no longer a threat. They were just scenery. I had absolute, undisputed, unchallenged access to everything outside. My eyes scanned the apartment, a pathetic pile of half-eaten ramen and empty energy drink cans. My inventory. The reality of my new dominance flooded me with a giddy power that eclipsed 2 decades of passive cynicism. I had wasted 48 hours hiding. Time to get to work. The first destination was the small bodega across the street. Not for food. I had maybe 2 days left of instant protein shakes, but for gear. I clipped a heavy-duty tactical machete I found in my tiny storage closet to my belt. It was overkill, but satisfyingly heavy, and pulled on a thick leather jacket. My new life as the ultimate prepper began now. Stepping out into the hallway, the putrid smell of decomposition hit me instantly. 3 walkers shambled lazily down the corridor toward the fire escape. I approached the first one. Its breath hitched, its head twitched, and its dead eyes glazed over my form. It registered me, then just forgot. It turned its attention back to the wall, bumping its skull harmlessly against the stucco. The homogenization trait worked. I was camouflage. I was invisible death. I bypassed the walkers and moved quickly down the stairwell. On the third floor, a walker was methodically chewing on a discarded laundry basket. I had to step around a puddle of sickening black bile. It looked up, snorted a wet sound, and returned to its meal. It saw me, but its instinct screamed, "Do not engage, fellow walker." I didn't just feel safe. I felt untouchable. I reached the courtyard gate. Walkers milled everywhere, sluggish and stupid. I slipped through the gap, stepping over a discarded child's bicycle. My goal was the corner bodega. The store's automatic door was jammed half open. Inside, the clerk, bloated and gray, was wandering aimlessly, bumping into the stacked shelves. I ignored him, my heart hammering a chaotic rhythm against my ribs, adrenaline and elation mixing. I grabbed everything of true value. Water, 4 cases of bottled water, essential. Meds, broad-spectrum antibiotics, painkillers, a basic first aid kit. Non-perishables, tins of Spam, canned chili, and, yes, a massive bulk order of energy bars and protein mix. Tooling, a crowbar, a heavy hunting knife, duct tape, flashlights. My backpack, formerly useless for anything heavier than a laptop, quickly strained. I tossed the clerk's corpse-like form a final glance. He was still bumping shelves. I'm crossing the street, feeling wealthier than any big guy in red. I slung the pack higher up my shoulder. The first hall of my empire was secured. Then comes the plea.
Rex, please, I'm begging you. Give me a mere protein bar. Anything. What do you want? Tell me, please.
It was Susan. Susan was my neighbor, the picture of middle-class domestic perfection. Blonde, flawless, always wearing expensive athleisure wear. And pregnant. Her husband, Thomas, was a smug bully, a small-time consultant who drove a leased BMW. She stood on her side of the partition, her face drawn, eyes huge and bloodshot. I stopped in the middle of the street, flanked by 2 walkers who completely ignored me. Then I looked at the system's screen, which had subtly flashed over Susan's figure. The system does not recognize holidays. It only sees targets.
Target, Susan. Genetic potential, A class. Current state, severely malnourished, high compliance. Synchronization potential, excellent.
You need to be stronger than that, Susan, I called back, my voice cutting through the low moans of the Horde. You need to show me your A-class genetic potential. The cost of admission to the next level was higher than a mere protein bar. It was absolute submission. And I knew, absolutely, Susan would pay it. I just had to wait.
This is SSSFM99. Signal is unstable. Subscribe and enable notifications to maintain the connection. Stay connected. Stay alive.